All right. I think we're live. A live Guns and Gadgets. It's been a long time since I've done a live video. So if you see me, holler at me. Let me know before I get too far into this and realize that it's not working. I think we're good. So we're just going to roll. All right. Guys, we got some good news today. Admittedly, it's a small step, but it's a huge step towards our ultimate goal of destroying the National Firearms Act. And in this scenario, which I've been kind of following every step of the way here, it's using the National Firearms Act and specifically language in the Hughes Amendment itself to do an end around totally legally. And we have Department of Justice comments on this already. So let's get to this. First off, the bill is Senate Bill 1071. It's a state Senate bill in West Virginia. And it's the machine gun bill. I already did a video on it, so I won't drill down too deep into it. But basically, the bill says that it would create a state agency, probably going to be the state police, who would then be able to purchase, sell, and transfer machine guns, including post-86 machine guns, to West Virginia residents, citizens, lawfully and legally. How are they going to do that? We'll get into that here in a second, because this is great stuff. I think this is the way to destroy the NFA, using the NFA to do it totally legally and lawfully. So this same bill has been submitted in Kentucky. So follow along if you live in Kentucky. And my guess is, should this get to where we need this bill to be, you're going to see some more states do this in rapid fashion. So that bill today just passed the Senate Judiciary Committee, which was a huge, huge step, because there was an effort to kill the bill by a Republican, and I'll put his name out there too. But before I get into the nooks and crannies, I want to thank those in the West Virginia Senate who took this bill, ran with it, fought for the Second Amendment, and got it passed. Got it to a vote today, and then it passed the committee. So if you live in West Virginia, you should be calling the following. First off, I'm going to want you to call all your senators, but the following need a big thank you, because they did the stalwart work today. Chris Rose, Tom Willis, Senate President Randy Smith, Laura Chapman, Brian Helton, Zach Maynard, and Eric Tarr. They did great work. They got the bill to the Judiciary Committee because it wasn't in the committee this morning. And they got it to a vote, and it passed. And that was a huge, huge step. Believe me when I tell you, I won't even tell you everything that's gone on behind the scenes. I've been working with GOA close. GOA is doing a ton of work to get this to where it is. And it wouldn't have been where it is without those people I named and Gun Owners of America. Alex Shea in West Virginia is crushing it. And then the governor, Patrick Morrisey, he wants West Virginia to take the lead here. He wants West Virginia to be the first in the nation to prove the NFA is done, and he wants his citizens to have their Second Amendment, which is huge to see a governor step up and say that too. So good on the governor. And then Senator Brian Weld. Brian Weld is a Republican, and he tried his damnedest today, because he's an attorney, and he tried to kill the bill. He was trying to say that, it's illegal to have these machine guns. It is what it is, and there's no way around it. However, what he was failing to do was listen to what was being presented. I'll give it to you, and I'll break it down quickly. The Hughes Amendment, specifically 922 922-0. We've heard 922G3, that's the felon in possession, right? For the prohibition. But 922-0, specifically Section 2A, rightfully named, it's a section in there that says there's a prohibition for all these normal citizens, because we don't want them to have these guns. However, we're going to do special carve-outs. The whole rules for thee, but not for me. Well, in this 922-0 2A, there are carve-outs, a couple carve-outs, and I'm going to tell you there's 3 of them. And what this bill does is use them to their advantage with wording and statements from Pam Bondi to even drive this further home. Not that we're thanking Pam Bondi, believe me. So for those who don't know, I'm going to read you my notes here real quick. Section 922.01 generally makes it unlawful for any person to transfer or possess a machine gun. However, 922.02 contains three exceptions. These three exceptions fall under which this subsection does not apply, meaning this whole Hughes Amendment does not apply to this. This means that if any of those three exceptions are met, the general prohibition on transfer or possession of a machine gun is lifted. We're using the law that Congress wrote against them. The most well-known exception is the lawful transfer or lawful possession of a machine gun that was lawfully possessed before 1986. Everybody knows that, and those guns that were around before then are the cost on those is astronomical because there's only so many of them and everybody wants them. Okay, so everybody knows that, and that's not the issue here. The law also exempts any transfer to or by or possession by or under the authority of the United States or any department or agency thereof, or a state, or a department, agency, or political subdivision thereof of the state. 18 USC 922.02a that I mentioned earlier. That's the part there. And the key word is or. This means 922.02a provides two further exemptions to the machine gun ban. The first is possession by or under the authority of a state. And ATF has interpreted this provision to involve a state authorizing a person to possess a machine gun for government purposes as part of their official duties. This is how law enforcement gets their machine guns. The second exemption, the one at issue here for SB 1071, is for transfers to or by a state. You probably never heard that one before. Since 1986, that's one of those things people just read over and gloss over because it doesn't click. Well, credit to Gun Owners of America, because they were like, you know what? Pam Bondi used this. The ATF used this. And I'll tell you how in a second. So we're going to use this. So if a state is receiving a machine gun or transferring to or disposing of a machine gun, transferring by, Section 922.0, the ban in there on post-1986 machine guns, simply does not apply. And it's phenomenal. It's fantastic. Now, I mentioned to you that the Department of Justice has already opined on this. And I'm going to keep going with my notes because I've been doing a lot of writing here in the last, we've been working on this since Wednesday or Thursday with GOA behind the scenes. And I'll just say this, thank you to all of the West Virginians who called based off of my posts and put some pressure on your state senators. And thank you to the senators who watch this channel regularly and we're feeling that pressure. And thank you for doing the right thing. But in a Maryland case, this is, remember the rare breed triggers case where ATF was going around seizing up these, saying they were machine guns. Remember that? We all remember that. Well, after that, I'll just surmise this for you. But after that, when they were proven to be semi-automatic triggers, well, they had to give that property back that they stole from the American people. And one of those states was New Jersey. And New Jersey said, we're going to sue Pam Bondi and her Department of Justice because they would be giving these machine guns. In our point of view, they're still a machine gun. They're giving machine guns to citizens in this case in violation of the law. To which Pam Bondi's Department of Justice said this: we hear you. However, we can still do this for two reasons. The first of which is that these are not machine guns. They are semi-automatic triggers. So there's not an issue here. And even if they were, this is the key part, so follow along because you're going to want to use this in all of your arguments with people who don't think this can happen, because this is awesome. The Department of Justice said, and even if they were machine guns, we can still transfer them back under 922.0A2, transfer to a person by the government or the state. So it was good for the goose. It's good for the gander. So I want to give Gun Owners of America a round of applause. Eric Pratt and his team and the legal team, Rob Olson and Steve Stambulia and company. You all have done a phenomenal job in thinking outside the box. I'll give you, my hat is off, and we've all talked on the phone numerous times over the last few days. You all know how I think about you. This is great. This is huge. Now, back to West Virginia. We got it through the Judiciary Committee today. And now we need you to call your state senators, all of them, every single one of them, Democrat or not, don't care. Even if it was, what's his face there, Brian Weld, the rhino, the Brian Weld guy who tried to kill it. Call him too and let him know that this is, I don't know, you tell me. I can't see the comments are like 3 feet over there right now, and I can't see them. You tell me in the chat and the comments down below if this is after the live. This is my looking forward. This is my point of view. You're either with us and the Constitution, or you're against us. And I don't care what letters after your name. I never have cared what letters after your name. If you're standing to try to kill an opportunity to destroy the National Firearms Act because you're scared, you are against us. And we have no love for you. And I could go back and forth and tell you a bunch of things that were said before this thing got to committee, but that you just need to know that you're either with us or against us, period, point blank. If you're not watching my my series on the Federalist Papers, you need to watch that, because it's even brought me back to more of a, you know what, type of attitude. And I think that America needs to see that. So good on Gun Owners of America. Good on Alex Shea. You guys crushed it today. Good on those state senators in Virginia that I named. Call your state senators. Now is the time to make the phone calls to get this through the Senate. And I think if we get that past that, I think things are going to look pretty good. And again, the governor is for this. The governor is looking forward to being the first in the country should he have the opportunity to sign this. And I know Kentucky has the same exact bill. So if you're in Kentucky, jump on that, and I will do whatever I can for those in Kentucky who are in the legislature. Reach on out. It's easy to find me, guns and gadgets at charter.net. I will do what I can do to help you get it through your chambers as well. And I just wanted to put that out there. You know, it's a big step. It's a small step, but it's a huge step. We are, for the first time ever, using the verbiage in the Hughes Amendment to legally and lawfully destroy the National Firearms Act. There's exemptions in there that they carved out for the state, so the state can absolutely do this. And boy, it's going to really piss some states off. Guys and gals, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate y'all. If you could do me a favor, this is going to sound minuscule. Please hit the like button. YouTube has destroyed this channel since I was calling out Pam Bondi and her DOJ last. It's been a couple weeks, 3 to 4 weeks now. It's destroying the channel. It really is. So if you could help me, I would appreciate it. Just a little like, a subscribe goes a long way. Double check your subscriptions. I've lost almost 1,000 subscribers here in the last 2 weeks. And leave a comment down below. What do you think about this bill? Again, it's SB 1071, West Virginia State Bill, using the Hughes Amendment, using the NFA against the NFA. Checkmate is on its way. Appreciate y'all. Be safe, stay vigilant, carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. I love y'all. God bless you. God bless America, and have a great night. Take care.